Welcome students. Let's start the next chapter, that is the hydrocarbons. The unit number 13 from your second textbook. So the first topic in the hydrocarbons which we are going to discuss here is the classification of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons can be classified into three different groups. The first group that it can be classified is saturated hydrocarbons. The second group in which it can be classified is unsaturated hydrocarbons. And the third group is aromatic hydrocarbons. Third group is the aromatic hydrocarbons. In the previous chapter, we have discussed about the nomenclature of all these threes. Okay. So in this particular chapter, we are going to study about the properties and the chemistry related to these hydrocarbons. So the first type which we are going to discuss here is the saturated hydrocarbon. So let's start with the chemistry related to this first, that is the saturated hydrocarbons. So this word saturated, what does it gives you understand? The word saturated gives the understand that organic compound which is containing carbon-carbon single covalent bond. Okay, here the presence of a carbon-carbon single covalent bond will be there. And that particular organic compound will be termed as what? It will be termed as a saturated hydrocarbon. In this saturated hydrocarbon, both aliphatic means non-cyclic, okay, open chained, non-cyclic, that is open chained, or cyclic, that is closed chain organic compounds are included. Okay, both the aliphatic as well as the cyclic compounds are included. The single covalent bonded carbon atoms having single covalent bond, they are generally termed with the word root. The word root for this type of carbon atoms, it will be alkanes. Okay, the word roots will be alkanes. Some examples for the saturated carbon atoms will be such as CS3, ethane, 5 carbon atom joined in ring, it will be cyclopentane. C, CS3, 2 methyl, 2,2 dimethyl, 2,2 dimethyl propane. Okay, so all these are example for the saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, these are the examples for the saturated hydrocarbon, and this particular compound can also be termed as neopentane. It is also termed as neopentane. The other name of this particular compound is neopentane. Okay, next. The second one is the unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbon. The organic compound which contain carbon-carbon multiple bonds. Carbon-carbon multiple bonds. That is either a double bond or a single bond. Okay, either a double bond or either a single bond. It will be termed as what? It will be termed as covalent bond. It will be termed as unsaturated hydrocarbons. So both double bond and triple bond will be present here. Triple bond will be present here. Next, they are classified as alkenes or alkynes. Double bonds are termed as alkenes, while the triple bonds are termed as alkynes. Okay, alkenes and alkynes. So examples for alkenes: CH2 double bond CH2, that is ethene. CH3 CH double bond CH CH2 CH3. So it will be 1 2 3 4 5 pent 2 ene CH3 C triple bond C CH3. So the name of this compound will be but 2-ine. Okay, sorry, this is double bond only. It will be but 2-ene. For alkynes, for the example of alkynes, CH triple bond CH, that is ethyne. CH triple bond CH, sorry, triple bond C CH2 CH3 CH2 CH3. 1 2 3 4 5 5 carbon chain with a side chain here. So the name will be 1 2 3 3 methyl 1 2 3 4 5 pent 1 ine, 3 methyl pent 1 ine. Okay, CH3 C triple bond C CH3. It will be but 2-ine. Okay, so these are the examples for unsaturated hydrocarbons. Next is the aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons or the organic compound which contains at least one special hexagonal ring. Okay, so the organic compounds containing one, at least, okay, at least one special, at least one special, at least one special type of hexagonal ring, hexagonal ring of carbon atoms, with three double bonds, in the alternate position, is called aromatic hydrocarbons. It's called aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay, and generally these rings are benzene rings. These rings are called benzene rings. Okay, they are called benzene rings. For example, benzene, methyl benzene, or toluene, also termed as toluene, or the other name is methyl benzene. Phenol, benzene ring with a OH, that is phenol. Benzene ring with a long chain CH2, CH2, CH3, that is, it will be termed as 1 2 3 carbon atom, and here, so it will be three one sorry, one propyl benzene. Oh, sorry, one propyl benzene. Okay, it will be one propane. One second, I am changing this particular compound. CH2. Here I am adding two different CH3 groups here. One CH3 group here and one CH3 group here. So it will be termed as 1, 2 dimethyl dimethyl benzene, or also termed as orthoxylene. Orthoxylene. Okay, so these are the aromatic compounds. These are some of the aromatic compounds which are distinguished by the type of either the single bond, either the multiple bonds, and the type of benzene ring which is attached to that particular organic compound. Next, in detail, we are going to study about the alkanes. Okay, in detail, we are going to study about the alkanes. So we will start with the chemistry of alkanes. So also called as alkanes are also termed as paraffins. Okay, they are also called as paraffins. Paraffins, where para, it is taken from this particular word para. It is taken from three different words of Greek, that is param. Param means little, and affins, affinis. Okay, so this affinis means affinity. Okay, little affinity. So little affinity, if I am joining this word, it will give the word little affinity, or you can say that reactivity. Okay, little reactivity means they are less reactive. They are less reactive. Under general conditions of normal temperature and pressure, alkanes are inert. Okay, they are inert. They do not react with the reagents like acid, bases, oxidizing agent, and reducing agents. They does not show any reaction with them. Now, what are the types of alkanes? Types of alkanes. So, alkanes can be classified as, first, open chain, or also termed as acyclic alkanes. Acyclic alkanes. And the general formula for this, the word root for this particular open chain or acyclic alkane is CnH2n. Okay, plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. So using this particular formula, we can make different compounds. If one C is there, so H will be 4, it will be methane. 3C is there, so H will become 3 to the 6 plus 8. Okay, so the compound here, it will be CS3, CH2, CS3. And the name of this compound will be propane. Okay, like this only, if 7H is there, so it will be 14 plus 2, 16. Compound will be CS3, CH2, 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 CH2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and the last will be CH3, that is heptane. Okay, so like this they will be alkanes here using this particular word. Next classification for the alkanes can be cyclic alkanes, also termed as cycloalkanes or cyclic alkanes. Okay, cycloalkanes or cyclic alkanes. Cyclic alkanes. The word root for cyclic alkanes, it is CnH2n. Okay, CnH2n. Example: CH2, CH2, CH2. Three CH2 groups combine with each other in the form of a triangle. It will be termed as cyclopropane. Okay, so it can also be represented with a triangle sign like this. Also, CH2, 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 CH2. It will be represented with a square sign, and the name of this compound will be cyclobutane. Okay, so these are some of the examples for your cycloalkanes or cyclic alkanes. So here one more phenomena has been derived, that is homologous series. Homologous series. So what is a homologous series? A series in which the successive hydrocarbons are differentiated with an extra CH2 group, or the molecular mass of successive hydrocarbon compound increases by 14 unit mass, 14 unit molecular mass. Okay, 14 unit molecular mass, it will be different out here. For example, CH4, then C2H6, then C3H8, C4H10, C5H12. Taking these 5 examples here. So here each member is having a difference of CH2, that is a molecular mass of 14 will be changed out here for each of them. Okay, and the name of this compound is also changing like this: methane, ethane, propane, butane, and pentane. Okay, so this is a homologous series which is containing all the hydrocarbon compounds which are successive in form, which means it is following a series where CH2 is the increasing pattern there, where a difference between them is the CH2 group only, and also the molecular mass difference between them is similar, that is 12 units. And also we can see that here the properties also will be changing as we are changing the number of the carbon atoms here. Okay, but some of the similar properties will also be provided out there, such as they are chemically inactive, or they are inert, chemically inert in the normal temperature and pressure condition. Now let's talk about, after homologous series, let's talk about next, that is the structure of alkanes. Structure of alkanes. So for the structure of alkanes, the first member of the family, that is the CH4, methane, it is having a tetrahedral structure. It is having a tetrahedral shape or structure. So what do you understand by tetrahedral structure? Carbon atom at the middle, hydrogen at the bottom, okay, hydrogen at the bottom like this. Then one hydrogen at the side position like this, above and at the down position. So here it is forming a tetrahedral structure. Okay, it is forming a tetrahedral structure. If I am going to talk about the hybridization structure, then the carbon here is having 4sp3 hybridized orbitals. 4sp3 hybridized orbitals, which are like this. Okay, and each sp3 hybridized orbital is making a sigma bond with the s orbital of a H. This is the carbon's sp3 hybridized orbitals, 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals, which are forming sigma bonds with the 4H hybrid orbitals. Okay, so this is a tetrahedral structure. This is a tetrahedral structure. The bond length here, okay, the bond length here is 154 picometer. Okay, 154 picometer for carbon and hydrogen. The bond length is 112 pm. Okay, 112 pm. And for higher carbon atoms, such as we are taking example for C2H6, here carbon carbon bond length will be 154 pm, and carbon hydrogen bond length will be 112 pm. Okay, now let's talk about the next thing, that is the preparation and properties of alkanes. Preparations and properties of alkanes. So first, how we are going to prepare the alkanes from unsaturated hydrocarbons. The first method is from unsaturated hydrocarbons. Okay, so here the hydrogenation hydrogenation. So this particular reaction, okay, the hydrogenation, which I am calling here, is hydrogenation. So what does this mean? Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen, a chemical reaction in which addition of hydrogen will take place. Okay, so the hydrogenation reaction, a chemical reaction in which hydrogen's addition will take place of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay, of an unsaturated hydrocarbon using nickel, okay, at a temperature of 523 to 573 Kelvin is generally called as Sebastier's and Sandon's reduction. Okay, Sebastier or Sandon's reduction. Because here what we are doing, we are adding the hydrogen. So addition of hydrogen means what? Reduction process. So this particular reaction is termed as Sebastier or Sandon's reduction. When we are hydrogenating the unsaturated hydrocarbons in the presence of nickel at a room temperature of at a temperature of 523 to 573 Kelvin. Okay, so this particular reaction will be termed as what? It will be termed as Sandon's or Sebastier and Sandon's reduction. Here, apart from this, apart from nickel, okay, here apart from nickel, platinum or palladium can also be used out there as a catalyst. Okay, so when platinum and palladium are used now, then the temperature is not required. Okay, they will be reacting, the platinum and palladium will be reacting at the room temperature. But as both the platinum and palladium are very costly metals, they are very expensive metals. So generally for commercial purposes, if we are telling, so for commercial purposes, generally we are using the Raney nickel, which is a catalyst, okay, which is also a catalyst, which I have given you in the previous, where in the Sebastian Sanders reaction, this particular Raney nickel, okay, it is a red colored compound which has been used out there. It is also termed as the it is also termed as Raney nickel is also termed as a what we can call activated nickel, okay, activated nickel. So here what happens, this particular elements, that is platinum, palladium and nickel, they have a property to break the hydrogen bonds of the dihydrogens. Okay, they can break the bonds of the dihydrogens from the dihydrogens. Okay, hydrogens bond can be broken out there, and they generally absorb these H plus ions, that is hydronium ions, on their surface. So when we are using this nickel or either platinum or palladium as a catalyst, then what happens there? When the unsaturated hydrocarbons, such as we are taking double bond, okay, such as we are taking double bond. So let me use a different color ink in order to make it a differentiation here. So when we are using double bond compound, that is RCH CHR, where R represents the alkyl group. Okay, R represents the alkyl group. Any alkyl group there can be. It can be H, it can be CS2, it can be it can be CS3, it can be C2H5. Any of the alkyl group can be there. So RCH double bond CHR plus hydrogenation of this particular compound in the presence of platinum or palladium or nickel. When nickel is used, then it is compulsory to heat the temperature, to rise the temperature till 523 Kelvin to 573 Kelvin to produce CH2 CH2R. So what kind of reaction is taking place here? Here the reaction which is taking place here, the R CH double bond CHR. So this particular double bond will break out here. Okay, and the platinum, palladium or nickel will produce H plus ions here. So you can see here, when this particular double bond is break out, okay, it has been broken out here. So what will happen? Negative charges will be generated on the carbon atoms. So means carbo anions will be formed out here. So these carbo anions will react with the hydronium ions to form what? They will form the alkanes, that is all the single bonds will be the double bonds will be converted into single bond here, and the formation of alkanes will take place here. Okay, so this is the particular way for the reaction which is going on here. So this is the way to form the convert the double bond into single bond here. Similarly, if triple bond, that is the alkynes, are used here, so the alkynes can also be converted to alkanes by the same process, but here 2H2 will be required. Okay, 2H2 will be required, or nickel at 523 to 573 Kelvin. So the production of alkane will take place, that is RCH2 CH2R. Here the change will be here, that RC triple bond CR. So two pi bonds will break here with the carbon, and two negative charges will be developed out here. So two hydronium ions will be required out here, which will attack this negative positions of the carbon anions to form RCH2 CH2R, that is the alkanes. Okay, so this is the method by which we can produce what? We can produce the alkanes. The further preparation methods we will discuss in the next class. For this particular class, I am ending the class here only. Thank you.